thank everybody for joining. I see that we still have people slowly joining on the call, so it's great. So I'll do a quick intro. My name is Ido Darnell. I'm the CEO of QBeeQ, together with Michael Becker. Michael Becker is our COO and also a founder. And I think everybody here is quite familiar with QBeeQ. I'll just give a few words. We're a gold implementation and development partner of Sisense. We're basically a Sisense powerhouse. We provide two main offerings, where the first is A to Z professional services, anything and everything Sisense hands-on related. And the second offering is plugins, add-ons, extensions, enhancements, if you will, or any kind of custom solution development. We've been around for about 5 years in this format, and we've seen all project types, client types, and our clients range from small startups to Fortune 500 corporations. That's a bit about us. I'll share my screen and we'll jump into the quick agenda. We've got a quick intro and a few things that I would like to talk about. We'll take from there our focus in 2023, which is our customer care and also our self-service analytics. After which we'll hop into a few new plugins. A quick demo. This isn't intended to be like a demo webinar. It will showcase a few of the things that we've been recently doing, but we won't be diving too deep into that. This is an opportunity for you kind of to see what we do have available that's recently been published or released. But if you do have any questions that you want to dive deeper into these self-service analytics or the new plugins, please reach out to any one of your QBeeQ representatives or contacts, and we'll make sure to schedule a session. We'll talk a bit about our 2024 roadmap, which is where we want to open up the conversation. We have a few things already planned in our internal roadmap. We want to open this up to our most valued partners, to our clients, to our Sisense people. We want to see what you think. We want to see if you have additional ideas. What can we do together with you, or together with this new ecosystem that we're kind of establishing here together, to wow you and to wow your clients, and to develop new plugins and new features or new whatever that will really make the big difference for you and your clients in 2024. And then open improvisation, AMA, ask us anything. We've got our collection of Sisense experts, not just Sisense experts, but data engineers, data consultants, and a wide range of data experts. If you do have any questions, please feel free to put them up in the question box, and Michael and I will collect them and respond as we go along. And I see there's a question here from, a question for the open, I guess a question here for the open chat, out of curiosity, which power-ups and add-ons are you using from QBeeQ? So great. So we've got this conversation. And by the way, when we share these resources, the recording and this deck, we'll also be able to share this chat with you. Great. Thank you, Tyler and Scott. Great. So I just want to hop into kind of like our focus in 2023. So in 2023, our main focus was investing in our customer care and investing in self-service analytics. And now where we're getting to the end of 2023, we're really seeing these two investments pay off substantially, where it's really a win-win-win situation for our customers, which are using our new products, which are getting this new suite of services designated for their customer care, and Sisense. So we kind of have this kind of like win-win-win motto, where anything that we do is aimed for this mutual trio of wins for us, for the clients, and for Sisense. And it hasn't been failing. It's really been proving itself over the past few years. Our self-service focus this year comes to bridge the gap between viewer users and designer users, basically empowering viewers to be their own masters of their own ad hoc analytics, reducing this dependence that a viewer has on a designer for change management, new features, new enhancements to dashboards, to a group of dashboards, basically to an entire data suite, and basically being masters of their own ad hoc analytics. But we'll actually touch on a later phase of this deck. What I want to really touch on right now is the more important stuff, which is our customer care. We've heavily invested in customer care, customer services, customer success. Define it any way that you want. Bottom line is, how do we make sure that our clients not only succeed by using our products and Sisense, but thrive? It's not just enough for us that an organization working with us and working with Sisense, that they achieve what it is that they set out to achieve to begin with when they kind of started talking with us or started talking with Sisense. Rather, that they go way above and beyond this initial expected achievement. So we also make sure that, we really believe that this is where we stand out in the Sisense ecosystem. We know that there are other Sisense plugins or other vendor partners or plugins that release and develop similar and even identical plugins as we do. But the level of support and the true partnership that we maintain with our clients is unparalleled in the Sisense ecosystem. And we know this because our clients told us. We're not just after this client success. We really want our clients to be ecstatic. And that's really where we feel that we stand out. And we get this feedback back from our clients. And so that's why, in addition to just, in addition to providing these plugins or products or services or project implementation or whatnot that we provide our clients, we also encompass them in a suite of services that is designed to provide an envelope and designed to make sure that they not only get to where they initially planned to, but much more. We've got support ticket surveys, we've got NPS, we've got client success stories, and all of these really do speak for themselves. We know that releasing new plugins and new features is important, but not as merely as important as making sure that our clients truly do benefit and profit from working with us. And this is as important as getting that true satisfaction and justification of choosing us. So we'll be reviewing this throughout this deck, great. So from this point, we'll move over to our a bit about us. I think I quickly touched on this. Full A to Z implementation. We've got 80 plus plugins, which we categorize into power-ups. We also provide custom solution development. This is a bit about our locations. I'm in Tel Aviv. Michael and the team of BI Consultants is in Poland. We've got resources in Belarus. Helena Ferreira, which is our head of customer success, is located in Lisbon. Helena has been unfortunately, she was unable to join today, but she's been with us just about a year. I think it was last week that she had her first year work anniversary with us. Before that, she was a Sisense client working at a large global media brand that she was actually the Sisense admin for 6 years before joining us. So she comes with tons of Sisense experience. And our development and DevOps team is located in India. So a bit about our customer journey, what we've invested in over the past year. We've created a new customer onboarding process. Basically, all clients that either get new plugins from us or get a new service or get a jumpstart package, whatever it is. Sorry? I think someone's speaking. Sorry, so if you can mute yourself while great. So basically any client that gets plugins from us or a jumpstart goes through an onboarding process. We make sure that all of our clients are not just completely familiar, but we basically walk through not just full-on training, but also we work together with the clients to place the plugins in place, make sure that they're in place, doing what they were meant to do to begin with. We've got kickoff meetings and followed by regular check-ins. Basically, throughout the year, it's not just it's not like just a client gets plugins from us. Rather, we follow up. We have these periodic check-ins. We've just implemented our brand new support process. Within the support process, everything is automated. Everything is with our complete support team. And we perform our own internal SLAs to get our own internal satisfaction surveys. Plus, we send out a new support survey after every closed ticket. And of course, we closely collaborate with Sisense CSMs just to make sure that our clients get the best experience from this mutual team of QBeeQ and Sisense together. Great. A bit about our professional services. So this is a great opportunity to announce that we've recently been officially certified by Snowflake. We're a SnowCore Pro certification. We've got a team of Snowflake engineers together with our data engineers. Sorry if you can hear my 2-year-old screaming in the background. She's kind of at the end of the day, so she's kind of at the end of her energy, so she's screaming a bit, but she's helping me out in this deck. So a bit about our professional services offerings. We categorize this into 3 main sections, and these we feel are the 3 main categorizations of Sisense implementation A to Z. So when we talk about analytics, we refer to everything that is within the Sisense environment and anything that the Sisense environment was meant to do. Elastic Cube development, data modeling, live data connections, schema optimization, performance optimizations, over to front-end dashboarding, reporting, analytics, data science, dashboard design, administration, and that's within the hands-on BI developer. After that, we grow over to the infrastructure and architecture. This means deployment, installations, system configurations, new client onboarding in terms of if there are any IT-related implications, and monitoring performance, basically, not just making sure that you're able to create your data applications, but scale with many more clients with a scaling mechanism in place. Great. So I'll stop here for a second. Okay, great. So just some questions and people sharing about which plugins and power-ups they're using. Great, thank you for sharing. And great. All right, so a bit about our power-ups. We've recently in 2023 kind of categorized our plugins. This actually is not up to date. This should be 80 plus plugins, and we've categorized our plugins into 7 groups. These groups we call power-ups, which are collections of plugins. Just a quick word about a plugin. Basically, it's an enhancement or an add-on, an extension of the Sisense environment, in which you can just plug and play and benefit from new widget types, if it's a new advanced data visualizations, new features, new capabilities, integration types, and much more advanced maps. We categorize our plugin as a highly interactive component, which is designed to engage your users and drive adoption. So our power-ups come to address a certain domain of Sisense. If it's advanced data visualization plugins, from very engaging and very beautified, stunning visualizations, self-service analytics, which is our big focus. I'm sure that everybody here on this conversation has heard me say self-service analytics thousands of times already in the past few weeks or months. Advanced financial tools, advanced administrative tools, collaboration, designed to allow your viewers and designers to collaborate and share insights upon dashboards or within the dashboard creation process or to get feedback from your end viewers about feedback from the dashboard or data apps in order to get this feedback in iterative processes. Sorry. Interactive design, which is basically tools designated for everybody here on this call, basically, which are basically the dashboard builders, the dashboard designers. Tools which are designed to create more compelling and interactive data applications with your dashboards, more interactivity, more engaging, more interactivity between different data apps, not just one dashboard, rather a set of multiple dashboards. And we've got advanced maps. Yes, Tyler, I know that administrative tools, it does not appear on our website. This is still in the works. It currently includes about 5 Power plugins, and we're about to release it. So stay tuned, and don't worry, you know how we like to talk about ourselves and how we like to brag. Once it is available on our website, you can rest assured that you'll hear about it. But thank you for that, and we'll let you know. So a bit about our self-service analytics. As I mentioned earlier, we are here to empower our viewers to be their own masters, enhance their capabilities, reduce their dependence on designers, and allow them to be promoted a few steps above what their current capabilities are today, but without the big risk of truly promoting them to dashboard designers or data designers, and without risking giving them full access to the data schema. This is basically an environment that holds multiple plugins, which allows viewers to control either what they see in a given widget and to change what they see in a given widget, or to create their own reports from scratch, or to create their own dashboards. It's got a wide range of benefits, if it's from empowering them, reducing the dependence, reducing the time and the effort required for change requests between your clients, between your viewers or data consumers to the developers, and also being able to centralize your data apps to be able to serve many more clients, because now these viewers can have much more control over what they see. So I'll hop into a quick demo. And here is our demo site. This is actually a really good, really important resource. This is our sandbox. It's available out there. And I'll share the login credentials for this demo user. And you'll have full access to this environment. So I'll just hop over to our self-service. Once you're in one of these dashboards, you'll see that you've got this top menu. This, by the way, is one of our plugins. It's the Dashboard Navigator. The top level is the power-ups, and then once you're within a certain level, you can see which dashboard you're in. So the widget controller basically adds controls to any widget, and when I say any widget, I mean any widget, allowing the viewer to control what they see within that widget. And so this, for instance, is an indicator. This is an indicator with a single value. And so the viewer can decide from a dropdown, all right, now let's see, instead of total quantity, let's see what the unique count of category ID is. The viewer just switched what they're looking at, the measure. Or instead of this total cost, let's have a look at what the total quantity is. Straight away, you see that a single widget can already include much more information. Of course, there's no point in seeing count of unique category ID of 3 different widgets, but this already shows that one single widget, you can populate much more information. You don't have to have 10 different widgets for 10 different numbers. Instead, you can have just 1 or 2 to allow your viewers to see what it is that they want to see at any given point. If I move over to our a bit more, complex widgets, if it's a column chart, the viewer can define what they see in the x-axis. So let's see count of unique orders by employee, actually. Great. And now instead of how many orders, let's see how much in revenue each employee is responsible for. So we're starting to see that this widget controller can completely change the widget query. It allows the viewer to decide what they want to see in the dimensions, switch between the dimensions, switch between the measures, and much more. As you see, it's set up per widget. So,
I'm getting ready to get into the office.
Sorry,
I'm getting ready to get dressed in.
Devin, is that you? Yeah, okay, sorry. So it's applied per widget. So as we see here, a pie chart has break by categories and a value, while a column line chart or area chart will have an x-axis and values. So if we start, for instance, if we say an advanced scatter chart, which has a point, a break by, x-axis. Should have had this ready, I guess. So basically, the setup is defined per the widget. So, for instance, it also works on tables. If you want to see, define which columns a viewer wants to see in a given table or in a pivot. So there is really many additional degrees of freedom given to viewers. Oh, it's not here. Let's see. I want to show. So here, for instance, we've got a break by in the controller. Where is that scatter chart? Great. I've got a question here from Devin about our comment data. It's stored in the application database. It uses a specific custom API, and it's stored within the application database. So it's not a third-party application. It's stored locally. Nothing is processed with a third party, and I'll demonstrate that in a few moments. So for instance, here's our scatter chart. So we see we've got x-axis, y-axis, points, a break by. So the viewer really has a lot of control over what they see. Cool. So that's the widget controller. Please feel free to jot down. So there's a question here from Scott. Can you change the order of the columns in a table? So down here, it's not, so I need to set it up. Scott, you can change the orders of a column in a table. Yes. This can be done by using our widget controller, but it can also be done with our report builder, which is another plugin within our self-service. If we have time at the end, I will be able to review that as well. Great. So that's a bit about the widget controller. Any questions about that before we move? All right. Let's move forward. We've got a few additional interesting things to see. So we've realized that if we allow viewers to control what they see within a widget, and we allow them to switch dimensions, switch measures, switch date granularity, switch break by, and we allow them to create their own widgets, if you will, why don't we take it a step forward and we also allow them to create their own dashboards? And so for that, we've developed our self-service analytics dashboard. This is the demo dashboard for this. This dashboard itself has got a lot of kind of documentation, instructions on how to do it. Basically, you can see that we've got every widget can be starred. And a viewer can control this star and define any of their favorite widgets. If they want to star them as a favorite, it can be any widget from any dashboard, from any data source within that's already, of course, shared with them, of course, that they already have access to. And once they've collected all of these favorited widgets, they can go over to their self-service section. This is their own personal space, if you will. And they have all of their, all of the widgets. This is basically a widget repository or a widget catalog, if you will, of widgets that they've collected from all the various dashboards and all the various data sources in one location. And now what they can do is create a new dashboard for our first virtual meetup. And I'll select all of these and I'll click save. Great. And so now I, as a viewer, have created my own dashboard. Here's my first dashboard. And a few game-changing things have just happened already. Firstly, I, as a viewer, just created my own dashboard from a collection of widgets that I collected throughout my entire Sisense deployment. Any dashboard, any data source, all in one location. I've created this setup right now that we're looking at. The second extremely powerful game-changing feature is that I, as a viewer, can control the look and feel of my dashboard. I've got a highly dynamic drag and drop grid that I, as a viewer, can completely control how I design my dashboard. This is an entire new, opens up a lot of opportunities here, because I'm sure that all the people here, as admins, as dashboard designers, you get, many tickets or many support tickets. Hey, can you redesign this, switch this dimension, or switch this measure, or move these two indicators over to the middle, or whatever. And so now basically the viewers have control over what they see, how they see it, and they can control their whole design. We're also going to be working on, we'll be introducing text widgets like we have with Sisense dashboards. So like, for instance, I, as a viewer, I can create this and say, this is my sales section, this is my orders section, my employee section, whatever, etc. That's the highly dynamic grid is already a second game-changing feature. Thirdly, another game-changing feature is that I've got my filtering. And so I can filter my various widgets throughout their dashboards. I've got several filter panes embedded here from dashboards which these widgets are representing. So it truly is self-service. The viewer can even add the controller view. And so we've taken this a few degrees of freedom further, where it's not just, you have the custom dashboard, you've got your widget controller. Basically, this turns into an extremely powerful resource, an extremely powerful portal for these viewers. Now, there is another very important new feature that we just released that I see that is not here, but it's hopefully, I'm not sure if it's in our dev. No, it's not available in our dev. Basically, exporting. We're allowing this to be exported to PDF and PowerPoint. Now, why is this important? Because the viewer already has control over the design of this highly dynamic grid. And so it means that the viewer can have much more control over their own customized PDF reports for themselves. You don't have to do it for them. You don't have to create custom PDF or dashboards which are designated for the PDF export. They can modify and create their own PDF exports or PowerPoint exports on their own and reuse them. So as you see, we also have multiple dashboards. It's got the widget controller. You can use it and filter them from any other widget. Basically, it's all the native Sisense features that you're familiar with within this extremely powerful self-service environment. Prem Kumar, currently you see how this grid forces the widgets kind of like, you know, to be in a certain spot. So you cannot really overlap them. This is currently the current behavior. But if it's important, we can, obviously consider that. A few other nice things here is that with you click on any widget to get more information, you get like a data dictionary about this widget. What's the data source? What's the dashboard? What are the dimensions? In our newer versions, it also has a link back to the dashboard. So it's like, hey, I'm not exactly sure which widget this is. Take me to the true original data source. It'll take you back to that dashboard. This is a very important, very big focus for us. It's a very, very big focus. We've got dozens of clients already using these. This is our highest priority. We're constantly releasing new features, new ideas from our client ecosystem, from opportunities that we have, talking with you in our meetups, and much more. I realize that I get passionate about this. I realize that I'm going on and on. So let's move forward. That's a self-service analytics. We do have a few more features. I think I'll skip this because I kind of reviewed everything here. So the widget controller's got the new eye. We've got secondary y-axis support. The report builder we'll wait for next time. Self-service dashboard, we talked about exporting. We've got multiple optimization processes, SSO compatibility. This is an important one. Any one of our plugins, by the way, not just the self-service dashboard, you can apply this per user group or per tenant. And so this is an extremely important feature for you to be able to monetize this, monetize upon these power-ups or upon these plugins. So if you can have, like, for instance, the advanced database, which can be like the freemium version of your app, while the premium version includes self-service analytics, includes collaboration, includes advanced exporting, etc. Prem Kumar, the advanced pivots do exist in the self-service analytics power-up, yes. And an important resource, of course, to be familiar with is our website. Our website holds all updated information about everything I talked about, plus the various power-ups, which include all the various plugins within each power-up. Great, let's move forward. A bit about our new products. We've got our advanced indicator, which is a extremely powerful widget, simply because it's a very small widget. The fact that it's such a small widget, yet such an informative widget, is what's so great about this. So we call it a dashboard widget. It's a widget that holds many pieces of information with a lot of advanced functionality. Pardon these colors. It just comes to show how highly custom design capabilities it has. Basically, it's an advanced indicator which holds 3 values: titles, text, a trend icon, and a fully functional sparkline that can be completely customized to anything that you need. Background, conditional formatting. We've got 2 different jump to dashboard opportunities here. One for the main indicator and another one for the specific sparkline. You've got drill down, click to filter on the sparkline, and we've got many clients using this specific plugin and adding like 10 or 20 individual advanced indicators as like a landing page, as a home page. And then once they click on one of these, it'll take them to their, to that section of their analytics. Philip, great question. Is it only a sparkline or can it do a gauge? Currently, it's only a sparklines or column charts or area charts, but we are actually working as we speak on adding a pivot, sorry, not a pivot, a pie chart and a few other advanced plugins as well. Great. Moving forward, floor plan map. This is one of our great new products. Basically, it's a plugin that allows you to visualize any kind of structure and then plot data based off of the area or a specific asset. In this case, we're looking at a office floor where we've got a building with 4 floors, and we can show all the 4 floors in one go. When you zoom in, you can see that we've broken it down into area. If it's a specific office, so this executive office is green, it means that there's high levels of oxygen, or the AC is working there, or no complaints and whatever. But you can also conditional format the assets, which are, in this case, the tables and chairs, or if it's IoT devices, or cameras, or vending machines, or stadium seats, inventory, warehouse inventory management, or construction sites, and goes on and on. What we've done with this specific application is that we've partnered with a third-party application. And so we know that there are other solutions out there on the community or on the marketplace that allow to plot SVGs on a PDF. That's good for simple solutions for 1 or 2, if you can have like 5 maps maybe. This comes to address if you've got thousands of clients with thousands of office buildings with thousands of floors. We've got a very powerful management system behind the scenes, which allows you to control and edit the floor plans behind the scenes and then still connect to your data through Sisense. Great. I'll move forward. Just briefly on our licensing service, we'll be updating our specific plugin licensing, and you will all of our existing clients will benefit from that very soon. Our roadmap for 2024. As we said, we'll continue investing in self-service analytics. We'll be integrating that with many more integrations, learning from our ecosystem to understand what these end viewers are still looking for, more advanced reporting, more advanced scheduled reporting, email reporting throughout the self-service analytics, exporting to these custom reports, automated, scheduled, etc. As usual, many more advanced data visualizations. We'll be investing a lot in Compose SDK. If you're not familiar with Compose SDK yet, you should be. Learn about the Compose SDK. It's basically the next generation of Sisense embedding. Basically, it's kind of like a headless BI where you're not dependent on the Sisense front end. You can still utilize the extremely powerful technology of the Sisense ETL and query mechanisms as the backend, as the ETL, and as the backend query mechanism, whereas you can develop your own front end. We will be focusing a lot on AI, as everybody in the world, more or less, and we'll be working on a generative BI application that basically will allow your viewers to type in a few words or sentences and get an export of a dashboard or get some actual results, some KPIs, some dashboards, etc. We'll be continuing to work on our floor plan enhancements. Great. So we've got just about 15 minutes left. At this point, just a bit about our technology partners. We've got Sisense, of course. We've partnered with Snowflake. Amcharts is all of our advanced data visualizations. Archeologic is our floor plan partner, floor plan asset management partner. Dremio and Mapbox, Mapbox for our maps, Dremio for as a official partner as well, similar to Snowflake. Great. So that's it. I'd like to thank you for giving me your time. At this point, I would like to open up this conversation and let anybody ask anything. If you'd like to share ideas or brainstorm or kind of ask us anything, we've got our team of Sisense experts here. Hey, Nancy, happy that you joined. I see that we've got a few other Sisense people. Scott, yes.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the self-service power up. There was a couple of questions that I didn't ask. One is there the ability for the user to define specific calculations within a widget?
Great.
I guess.
So when you say define specific calculations,
So basically take two existing metrics and apply some sort of a mathematical approach to it, like column 1 times column 2 equals new column C.
So we have a way to do this using our advanced input parameters. But still, I'm taking you back to the boundary between viewers and designers, ultimately, that we're also the ones that don't want to cross that boundary between and truly promoting a viewer to see the data browser, to see the data schema. So what you can do is create a sum of column A and a sum of column B and expose those to the viewer, and then the viewer can decide which arithmetic operation they want to apply through that. I think
that makes sense. I got it.
But we have mechanisms which we can put that in place. Yeah.
The other one was the ability to change the visualization type within a widget controller.
Right. So that's actually also, we're actually working on it. It's on our roadmap to be released, but it's what we're working on at the moment. We've actually given this a lot of thought because we know that it's available in other BI platforms. But if you see a pie chart, do you really want to switch it now? Like, all right, let's say you switch it to a column chart. Cool. But then you want to switch it to a line chart. There's a limit to the value that you could benefit from it. What we feel is that the immediate value would be to switch any widget to a table and back. So we'll be starting with switching from any widget to a table to see the actual values in a tabular format. And once we've finished that process, we'll also allow switching to any other visualization.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you want me to share my map?
Or
no?
I'll just quickly, there's a question here about the commenting. So I would love to show that as well. So that's in our collaboration. So we've got a comments box where you can allow your viewers to kind of communicate and collaborate between themselves in several scenarios. Imagine two designers working on a dashboard, and they can communicate with each other. Hey, Scott, what did the client think about this or that? Or how did they define this KPI? What about this calculation, this formula, etc.? Or between a viewer to a designer, where the viewer can provide feedback to a designer. Hey, Michael, I like this widget, but can you switch it to this and that? But that's assuming that you don't have the widget controller, of course. But if you don't have the widget controller, then they can ask you to switch a dimension or switch a measure. Or between two viewers as a data team. Hey, sales team, great work. Loving this, that we hit the quota this month. Drinks on me later. A few cool things that happen here. Firstly, you can tag users. So, hey, Angelina, why is this KPI high or low? She will get a notification about that I tagged her in the comments here, and she will also get in our roadmap. She will also get a email notification. I can also tag a widget. So she needs context about what I'm talking about. Angelina, revenue and quantity by time widget. Why is it low? Whatever. So we've got that. My personal favorite feature about this is the filter context button. This basically allows the recipient of the comment to update the dashboard with the filter scope that the writer of the comment was looking at when they wrote the comment. So I may write a comment to you, Devin or Tyler, and you'll read that comment, but a few hours later, and I'm in a different side of the world, so different time zones, but you'll still need the context of what I'm talking about. So you can very easily just click on this filter context, and it will update the filters to what I was looking at. As you noticed, you can collapse it, you can close it. So yeah, this is a really powerful feature. Now, what's great about it is that all of these comments are stored in the application database. After a while of using this, you can start analyzing which dashboards are being used truly by the number of interactions, by the number of comments in a given dashboard. Or if you want to take another step forward, perform some sentiment analysis. You've got this dashboard. You see that there's a lot of comments being created, but what do your viewers truly think about that? Is it a positive or negative sentiment, etc. So that's a bit about our comments. Any questions about that? Yes, Tyler. Comment visibility will be limited by taking a step back. This being as a QBeeQ plugin, as a feature, you can enable or disable it for certain groups to begin with. If you're a group in the freemium, you may not have access, but if you're in the premium, you will have access to it. But if we're 10 different clients using the same dashboard with the data being split out using the data context, I won't be able to see your comments and you won't be able to see my comments, of course. So this got complete data security applied on that. Yes, Ryan. So when someone is tagged in a widget, in a comment, they'll get a notification in the comments box, and we will soon also be releasing email notifications as well. Right, so that's that. Here we also have our filter bookmarks. Yes, Philip, I'll be sharing the login to our sandbox as a summary of this session. Now, open question, please let us know. We've got a few more minutes here. I know that we were just talking about more ideas, more questions here about our existing plugins. We also want to open this up to discuss what are your current day challenges. What can we do? Not just QBeeQ, but this ecosystem, everybody here that's participating in this conversation, to wow your viewers in 2024. And I know that we have only 5 minutes left here, so we won't have enough time probably to, add more concepts here. But we are hoping to create an ecosystem from this conversation. If you would be willing, you can send me after this call, or I'll ask you if you'd be willing to open up to this ecosystem, to this new community, whereas we can open up a new ecosystem, not just on the Sisense community, but on the QBeeQ community, whereas we can open up to each other, have exchange ideas, brainstorm, consult on current challenges or new plugin ideas or new data modeling challenges, etc. So if you'd be interested in that, we would be more than happy to open that environment to you as well. Does anybody want to share any challenges that they've had recently with their clients, with their Sisense environment?
I think for me, I'll just go. I think the biggest thing right now is the need for customization, right? Where the going beyond Sisense widgets and plugins, right? I know Sisense has blocks. I don't know how often they like update or even like put more documentation. It seems like it's just like they put it up there and they just stop doing stuff. But there's more need for like customizations. People want to see a couple of like background colors on different things. It just becomes a bit complex on the level of customization. So I'm wondering if you guys have any ideas on how you go about with that. I know there's lots of like JSON embedding, writing code behind the widgets, and that just becomes more complex. And it almost feels like you're building a one-off dashboard every time you do it. It's almost like its own like just standalone widget.
Right. So thank you, Philip, for mentioning that. And yeah, I would totally agree. It's a good opportunity to mention that all of our plugins are fully customizable in terms of the color palette. Plus, if it is to inherit the color palette and design language of the Sisense environment, or to be colored by a breakby. Breakby or by KPI, I mean. All of our plugins, if it's the background, the fonts, the look and feel, everything is fully customizable. Plus, all of our plugins are completely zero code. All of our plugins, all of our advanced visuals are completely zero code. It's very easy to change the look and feel, to change the background, and to customize them, let alone the fact that they're highly engaging and highly dynamic. Just as a quick example, this is a radial bar chart grouped by, but it can also be easily switched to a flat view. The viewer can control this and kind of zoom into what they want to see. It's also got like a animated timeline where it plays throughout time. So these are the kind of advanced data visualizations that we create. Reminder, all of these advanced visuals come from AmCharts, which is our advanced visualization library. This is a very important resource to be familiar with. If you go to demos, you can see all of the super advanced, stunning, jaw-dropping analytics visualizations. So this is a very important resource. We have about 30 plugins already developed from here. So it's good to know from our website what we have available, but if something catches your eye here, let us know and we can release it within a week or two.
Okay.
Tyler, you asked about the bookmarks. Our filter bookmarks does exactly that. It allows your viewers to create their own predefined sets of filters. They can share or set them as public or private, and then instead of having to click up with my screen, instead of having to click multiple times again and again, they can just reapply their bookmarks, set it as public, and so now I can very easily switch context within multiple sets of filter scopes.
Yeah, for clarity, and we love the bookmarks in general, but also because we use the widget controller really heavily on tables, we end up with tables where people have gone in and added a whole bunch of columns. The ability to save which columns they've added to the table in the widget controller so they can swap between different versions of the table would be super.
That's a great input. Basically, you're thinking about like presets
Yep.
of views. That's a great idea. We have this available in our advanced expandable pivot, but that could also be a great concept for the widget controller. That's a great idea. Definitely putting that down for our next dev call.
Thank you.
Yeah. And does anybody else want to ask anything? I know that we're just about at the end of our time, so we'll just stay on the call. Hey, John, it's good to see you here. Happy that you've got the chance to participate. John is one of our partner success managers.
Hey, Ido.
Yeah.
About the self-service dashboards, and I know we've talked about it in the past, but have you guys considered on your roadmap the ability to publish those so other viewers within a group would be able to see those customized dashboards?
Great. Great question. And yes, so there's two ways that we can go about this. First is to truly share, right? And maybe I can share this with one or two of the users in my group, or share it with my entire group. And so the question is, if we want to keep it like toned down and not go too crazy and give the viewers, bottom line, these viewers are not necessarily very tech savvy people. There's nothing we can do about it. So what we were thinking about doing is when a viewer creates a new self-service dashboard, maybe they can create it as a public self-service dashboard. Okay. So it means that if I create my new custom dashboard, it will be available to all users in my group, basically. So that's what we're working on at the moment. Basically, create new dashboard as private or public. But yeah, if we see that we get more feedback from that, or if you think, Scott, that your people will want to be able to share with specific viewers, then we'll take that down.
I think it'd probably be fine for the group as a whole, as long as you could start with private and then make it public.
Right. So here's the, when I create there's an option, private and public. And of course, it's only public to whoever's available in your group. Hey, Jim Thomas, it's great to see you here.
Hey, Ido and Michael, good to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Jim, I'll let everybody know that Jim is also a Sisense partner located in the US. We've worked on several projects together. So we're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Hey, Ido, when you get it some time after this call, can we set up a call to discuss your professional services?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we've got a weekly tomorrow, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Great. All right, great. So Michael Becker, do you want to mention? Oh, so I guess that Michael's already hopped off as well. Well, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank everybody. Thank you for joining, Scott and Tyler. Thank you very much for being great participants and all the questions and comments. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Edna, good to see you here as well. I'll send over back all these resources, and thank you for your partnership.
Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
was very interesting. Thank you very much.
Edna. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care.